Morning everyone. Now we will discuss about joints in human skeleton. Yes, there are mainly two types of joints found in human skeleton: fixed joint and movable joint. Yes, fixed joint, as the name indicates, the joint which we are not allowed to move. Joint is a place where two bones are meet, and when the bones are meet in such a type that we are not allowed to move our bones, that type of joints are known as fixed joint. For example, joint found in our skull. Yes, the joint found in our skull are the fixed joint. We are not allowed to move that part of the body, and the skull has fixed joint to protect our brain, delicate and soft brain. Now when we talking about the movable joints means the joints in which movement is possible. For example, our shoulder joint, knee joint, our neck joints. Okay, so movable joints are further divided into four types. Yes, they are further divided into four types. First is your ball and socket joint. First is your ball and socket joint. So as the name indicates, the one end of the bone has a round shape. It is just like a ball, and the other end of the other bone is just like a socket. As you see, so there is a one bone. The one end of one bone is just like a socket, and the one end of other bone is just like a ball or round shape, and they get fixed into each other. These types of joints, ball and socket joints, allows movements in all direction, just like your shoulder joint. Okay, so just like your shoulder joint and your hip joint, these are the examples of ball and socket joints which allows movements in all directions. Now next type of joint is your hinge joint. Hinge joint, just like the hinges of the door. It allows movements only in one direction. Yes, just like your elbow and knee. So just like your elbow and knee, the joint which allows movements only in one direction. Now next type of joint is your pivot joint. Pivot joint is found in between your neck and the vertebral column, and it allows movements like your left, right, up, down, but at a small constant. So just like your between your neck and between your vertebral column, means between the vertebrae. Now the next type of joint, next type of movable joint is gliding joint. Yes, gliding joint, just it is found in your wrist and your ankle. So it allows movements in this joint. The bones are sliding over each other, and it allows movements mostly in all directions. So joints are the places where movement is possible, but the fixed joints are those in which no movement is possible, and the movable joints are those places where we can show the movement, our body can show the movement, but in a different pattern. Now we will discuss about human skeleton. Yes, human skeleton is made up of number of bones. Yes, it is made up of 206 bones, and these bones are attached together, joined together to form a framework of the body, and this framework is known as skeleton. A skeleton gives shape and support to a body, and it also helps to protect some internal organs like a heart, lungs, liver and brain. So there are different parts of the human skeleton, and we will discuss these parts one by one. So first of all, skull. The skull is the upper part of the human skeleton, and the main function of the skull is to protect the soft and delicate brain. All the joints in the skull are fixed joint, and the skull is made up of 22 bones. Yes, it is made up of 22 bones, all the joints with the fixed joint. only a single joint is movable in the skull, and that is your lower jaw. And the skull, some bones of the skulls forms the cranium of our body, and some bones of the skulls form the facial bones. Now our next part of the skeleton is the rib cage. Rib cage means it is a cage made by the ribs. What are the ribs? Ribs are the curved bones. Ribs are the curved bones. There are 12 pairs of ribs are in our body. And out of these 12 pairs, 2 pairs, last 2 pairs are floating ribs, because last 2 pairs of ribs are attached with the backbone, but they are not attached with the front breastbone. So rib cage, ribs are the curved bones. At the back they are attached with the backbone, and in the front they are attached with the breastbones. Now this ribs, the main function of this rib cage to protect our soft and internal organs like heart, lungs and liver. Now the next part of our human skeleton is the backbone. Yes, backbone is a long, hollow, rod-like structure, and it is running from neck to hip. Yes, and it is made up of 33 small bones, and each bone of the backbone is known as the vertebrae. Yes, and see, between each and every vertebrae there is a connective tissue, that is your cartilage. So that cartilage between the vertebrae are present, and which allows the easy movement of the backbone. The main function of the backbone is to protect the spinal cord. It will protect the spinal cord. Now the next parts of human skeleton are limbs. The limbs are attached with our human skeleton with the help of the shoulder bones, and the hip bones, and these limbs helps in the movement of the body. So human skeleton is made up of skull, rib cage, backbone and limbs. Everyone, now we will discuss the additional part of a skeleton. Yes, additional parts of human skeleton. And first of all, we will discuss about cartilage. Yes, cartilage is a soft tissue. It is a soft tissue. Most of the skeleton is made up of bones, but some part of our human body is also made from the cartilage. This is very soft tissue. It is flexible and it can be easily bent. Okay, so it is found in different parts of the body. It is just like a soft bone, which is through which movement is possible. So this cartilage is present in between the joints. Yes, where there is a joint, cartilage is present in between 2 bones. It is also present on the upper part of our nose and your upper part of our ear, pinna. Okay, and it is also present in between the vertebrae inside the backbone. Backbone is made up of 33 small bones, and each bone is known as vertebrae. So this cartilage is present in between each and every vertebrae in the form of cartilage disc. And it's allowed the smooth movement of our backbone, and that's why we can easily bend. So cartilage, which is a soft tissue, it is our most important part of the human skeleton. Now we will discuss about muscles. Muscles are also an additional part of the human skeleton which helps in movement. Yes, muscles helps in movement. Muscles joined with the bones. They are joined with the bones and helpful for movement. So let us find out how they help in movement. When the muscles contracts, they become shorter, stiffer and thicker. And when they contracts, they pull the bone towards them. Okay, muscles which are made up of muscles fibers, they only pull the bone, they never push. So muscles only pull and that's why muscles always work in pairs. Yes, muscles always work in pairs. So because it can only pull. So on us, if there is a movement of any body part, for the movement of any body part, one muscle of the pair contract and the other muscle relaxes. The first muscle, one muscle contract and pull the bone towards it. And when we have to bone the body part towards its original position, then the muscles which are relaxing now do the contraction and the first muscle relax. Means this is a process of contraction and relaxation. Contraction and relaxation. For example, when we have to move our hand up, if we have to move our hand up, it is done with the help of tricep muscles and the bicep muscles. Okay, so first of all, bicep muscles contract and pull the bone, pull our hands towards it. Now their tricep muscles relax. Now when we have to take, we have to just take the hand towards its original position, then the biceps muscle relax and the tricep muscles pull the bone or the body part towards its original position. So muscles which are important for the movement of different body parts, they always works in pairs, and through the process of contraction and relaxation, movement is possible. Now we will discuss about bones in our hand. Yes, bones in our hand. Our hand is mainly made up of three parts. It is mainly made up of three parts. First is your wrist, second is your palm, and next is your fingers with thumb. So they are the three parts of a hand: wrist, palm and fingers along with thumb. Our wrist is made up of 8 small carpals. Our wrist is made up of 8 small carpals, and these bones, they have the gliding joint. Yes, these bones, there are 8 small carpals with the gliding joint, which allows movements mostly in all directions. After that, a palm. A palm is made up of 5 long metacarpals. There are the 5 long metacarpals. And fingers. Our finger is made up of 3 bones. One finger, in one finger there are 3 bones. And these 3 bones are joined together with the hinge joint. You can see, because why it is a hinge joint? Because it allows movements only in one direction. So each finger is made up of 3 bones, and our thumb is made up of 2 bones. So our hand, if you will see, it is made up of wrist, palm and fingers along with the thumb. Our wrist is made up of 8 small carpals. Palm is made up of 5 long metacarpals. Fingers are made up of 3 bones in each, and thumb are made up of 2 bones in each. Now, can you tell me how can we count the number of the bones? How can we find out the shape of the bones, size of the bones? Yes, first of all by feeling. Okay, by touching, by feeling, you can do it. We can touch it. Okay, this is a bone, 1 bone, 2 bone. But this is not the exact way now. If any injury is there, any fracture is there, any accident is there, then we have to know the exact result. And fourth, that's why to see the shape of the bones, the number of the bones, size of the bones, it is possible with the help of X-ray. Yes, through the X-ray, we can easily see the different types of bone. So whenever any fracture or any incident is there, doctors uses the X-ray to find the injuries that may be happen. So with the help of X-ray, we can study about different bones. Now we will discuss the different parts of the body used by living beings, mainly by the human beings and animals, for their movement or locomotion. Okay. So first of all, human being. So naturally, human being shows the process of locomotion. So it can move its whole body with the help of their legs. With the help of their legs, it can move its whole body from one place to another. Now cow. Cow also can move their whole body, shows the locomotion with the help of their legs. Now snake. Snake can move with the help of the limbs, and by making, it can crawl by making the loops. Yes. So, the body of the snake is converted into many loops, and each and every loop give them a forward push. So snake can move from one place to another with the help of the limbs and by crawling with the help of their loops. Now fish can move, it can swim, and for this the fins helpful for them. Now snails can move with the help of the muscular foot. In the same way, there are different examples. For example, earthworm. Earthworms can move from one place to another through the process of contraction and expansion. Expansion and contraction with the help of their muscles. So there is a contractions and expansion help the earthworms to move. In the same way, birds move with the help of their wings. Cockroaches move with the help of their wings and with the help of their three pairs of legs. Frog move from one place to another with the help of their limbs. The first two pairs of the limbs or the front limbs help them to swim, and the back limbs help them to hopping and just move from one place to another.